Alright, so I'm here to mine in the El Paso Mountains, and this one has a pretty significant waste rock pile. They pretty much filled in the canyon floor with waste rock. It runs all the way over here. That's my old man sitting there right next to the adit, which is blasted into the side of the canyon wall. And you can see right by the portal on the sides, there's stacked rock wall to help keep the attic clear, I'm guessing, from all of this rockfall. And it looks like a really long tunnel. Let's go check this out. Alright, heading in. There's a little drill hole right there. And here's a view looking down into the tunnel. Looks like there's a huge pack rat's nest right here. And all over the floor. It's pretty nasty, but it looks clear once we get past it, so that's good. Here's a shot looking back towards the portal, and let's go see where this goes. This was a copper mine. I believe it was worked in either the 1920s or the 1930s. And this looks like it was just a long crosscut tunnel. They probably discovered a vein on the mountainside and then drove this to undercut it. Alright, right here we have a dead tarantula. It's a little one. And the tunnel keeps going as far as I can see. Looks like we have an ore chute up here. Neat. Alright, is it clogged or not? Let's see. Yep, it's clogged, alright. There's no like manway next to it, because these chutes, they go into raises or stopes. So I don't know how they would get into there. There are some shafts on the hillside above, so it's possible that the adit and those connect. This is a pretty long tunnel. Looks like we're reaching another junction right here. Alright, so that's a dead end right there, and off to the left is another dead end. I believe that's a bat guano. There's probably a bat sleeping here at one time. Yeah, I think that's some more guano right there. And the main tunnel keeps going. Looks like there's a bit of backfill on the floor right here. I'm not expecting this to go too much further. Yep, that's the end right there. Notice how we're in a different type of rock. Look at all this efflorescent mineral that's precipitating out of the walls. It's really beautiful. It's like powder, basically. Alright, so I'm going to go try to explore some of those shafts on the hillside because I believe they might connect to this adit through the ore chute. Here's just another view of this ore chute. It's pretty neat. There's not a lot of these in this mountain range, so gotta enjoy them when you see them. The wood in here doesn't look very old at all. Same with the nails. Alright, so I'm climbing up this old trail that zigzags up the mountain above the adit that I just explored. You can see the waste rock pile for it right down there. And looking across, there's another trail. We're on the other side of the canyon and there's an adit below it, so I'm gonna try to check those out. And the trail that I'm on looks like it goes to some workings. Maybe these are the ones that connect down to that ore chute. Alright, so that's the old miner's trail that I just came up. It led to some small prospects. You can see there's one right there and there's one right here. And these were dug along a vein that you can see pretty clearly in that pit right there. And these prospects, they're just short incline shafts that follow the dip of the vein. You can see the bottom right there. And the one over here has a stacked rock wall next to it. I'm not sure what the purpose of this was. It's possible that they may have been stacking high-grade ore here, I suppose. And this is the short little incline shaft. You can see that's a dead end. So there's no sign of a large shaft that goes down to the adit that I was in. So I'm gonna go look around more. Here's a closer look at what I believe to be the ore they were mining at this mine. You can see it's a lot of quartz and there's a lot of beautiful colors in there. Alright, so we're up above the canyon across from the main adit, and right here there's an incline shaft with some timbering. I don't believe it goes down too far. I believe I can actually just see the end right now. Let me zoom in and see if you guys can see it. Yeah, it looks like it just flattens out right there and dead ends. But you can see some of that wood timbering. Alright, so here's another adit that we found at this mine site. It doesn't seem to go back too far, but it's really tall and it has a really interesting round shape to it. You can see the end right here. It's a very flat face at the end with some interesting geology. And for some reason there's a birthday balloon in here. It's probably blew over and a rat dragged it in or something. Here's a shot looking out. Alright, so again we're high up above the canyon. This time we're actually on the same side as the main adit. We were just over there exploring that faint trail that you can see on the other side. And we spotted this on the way back, and it's a very deep shaft. You can see there's the remnants of a ladder down there. And I'm willing to bet that this one goes down to the lower adit where that ore chute was. I'm betting that they connect up there. I have a little bit of rope, so I'm going to try climbing down here and see what I can see. Alright, so I'm about 25 feet down this incline shaft. You can see that ladder right there. And the shaft continues much further down, though it also gets a lot steeper. Hold on. Alright, so here's looking down the shaft. You can see there's some more ladders down there, but they're all busted up. And if I zoom in, you should be able to see the bottom. Yep. So either that's the point right above that ore chute, or there's a drift level down there that will also connect up to that ore chute. But I'm not going to go down there today. I don't have the right gear. I only brought a hand line, so I was only able to make it down to this point in the shaft. I really wouldn't trust those ladders, and I don't trust these stalls either. They're a bit loose. But you can see that they actually stoped out along the shaft a bit. They cleared out the ore vein. Alright, so here's another mine in the El Paso Mountains. This one's interesting because it has a stacked retaining wall right outside the portal. Not quite sure why they did this. I guess to keep the hillside from filling up this area. And they also stacked rock right above the portal. I'm guessing to do the same thing. It's interesting, and there's the adit. It looks like there's some gas cans in there. Alright, so I'm just inside the portal, and there's some gas cans in here, 3 of them. And there's one can hiding behind that one. There's also some balloons in here. I'm thinking that the rats just drag them in here and use them for nesting material. But yeah, the adit doesn't go far at all, as you can see. And there's a huge pack rat's nest back there. It's all nasty. Alright, so I'm just inside the portal. I don't know if you can hear, but the wind is just howling outside right now. And right over here, it looks like a homemade table of some sort. And there's a bed spring right here, along with another bed spring over there. You can see it's all timbered in here. And this right here is a towel holder. It says Scott Towels. Interesting. Yeah, this mine looks pretty promising. Let's go check it out. Alright, so that's looking at the portal, and now I'm going to go head down this adit. See, there's a sheet of plywood right there. Looks like it goes for quite a ways. Piece of wood says something plywood. Doesn't look too old. Looks like there's some timber sets right here. Pretty neat. You can see there must be a rat's nest above this because there's a bunch of funky looking gunk dripping down right there. Looks like we might be reaching a junction. It's not really a junction, it's just sort of a wide room. Looks like they're planning on driving a drift that way, but they didn't. But the main tunnel keeps going down here. Alright, looks like there's some sort of collapse up ahead. Looks like it might be like a chute or something. Okay, so the drift runs off this way, and over here I'm guessing this is like a raise to the surface because all of this looks like mud that has flown down. Oh cool, there's a ladder in here. Alright, so yeah, this is an ore chute. It's all plugged with rocks though, but there's a manway going up next to it. Cool. Doesn't look like it goes up very far, but I'm gonna head up there, but first I want to explore what's down this left-hand drift. All right, let's go see what's down this way. Lots of fractured looking rock in here. The air is getting pretty stale back here, so I'm guessing we're nearing the end of this drift. It's like a battery. Alright, so it turns off to the right. And that's the face right there. Looks like there's two mice back there. One of them is sitting on that rock staring at me. Alright, so let's go back to that ladder and see if it goes anywhere neat. Alright, so I just climbed up these ladders. I was standing down there just a moment ago, and I got up to this point, and the ladders keep going up this way. You can see on the right hand side is the ore chute. Yeah, it looks like there's another big retaining wall up there. So I'm going to try to work my way up these ladders to it. They don't look like they're in the best shape, as you can see, but I'll try to do it as safely as I can. Alright, so I was just filming down there a moment ago. I made my way up these ladders, and I got to the end of the line, for me at least. You can see the ladder ends right here in this bulkhead. That was probably used to funnel rock into the chute. You can see the chute's really clogged. And I can feel airflow through this tiny gap above the chute, and I can actually hear wind blowing out there. So we're pretty close to the surface. I turned my lights off and I couldn't see daylight, but we are definitely very close. But yeah, there's no way I can fit through that hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hike back down, get my pack, and then hike up above this and see if I can find the other entrance to this mine. Alright, so I'm here today in the El Paso mountains, and right over here is a mine tunnel. You can see the BLM put a fence in front of it, but looks like it's not going to stop anybody. And this tunnel looks like it has some depth to it, so let's go have a look inside. Okay, it looks like there's a branch off to the right. Guess I'll go that way first. Okay, so that's a dead end right there, but there's another branch. Looks like a rat's been dragging a bunch of trash in here. I bet this is a dead end right here. Oh yeah. Big rat's nest too. The geology in here is pretty interesting though. Lots of different colors. Alright, so let's head back to the main tunnel and keep going down it. That's looking out. And this is down the main tunnel. And lots of really pretty colors in here. I'm not too sure about the name of this mine, or its history, but I believe it was a gold mine. Dugout area right there. That looks like it's the face. And it's completely flat too. So it looks like they shoveled everything out and then they finished. They never drilled any more holes. Only went back about 100 feet or so, but it was still worth checking out. Looks like there's a can right here with some writing on it. Probably holding it backwards. Here we go. Oh, it's mustard. Look at that. Something mustard.